And of course, let's welcome tonight's lead anchor, Cindy Brown. Cindy was an early organizer of the Miami AIDS Walk and the White Party for Care Resource. She is the programs director for the Lambda Living program at Jewish Community Services, and she also served as founding executive director of Miami Beach Pride. Cindy, Edie Windsor and Marriage Equality at Stonewall Museum with Judith Windsor is on March 8th. Tell me, what's happening?
Well, this is really exciting. The Stonewall National Museum will host Edie Windsor, Marriage Equality in the Supreme Court on Saturday, March 8th from 6 to 8 p.m. It's a free event and it celebrates the legacy of Edie Windsor, the LGBTQ rights pioneer whose 2013 Supreme Court victory struck down the Defense of Marriage Act. The evening will feature an enlightening conversation with Windsor's widow, Judith Kasen-Windsor, who will discuss Edie's activism and its lasting impact. Attendees will also get a rare look at personal artifacts from Windsor's estate and the museum's archive, offering insight into her fight for equality. Held at the historic Stonewall National Museum, this event invites the entire community to reflect on Windsor's contributions and the ongoing struggle for LGBT rights. For more details, visit stonewall-museum.org. This is so exciting, and to be able to have Edie's widow Judith here in our own community, and to get a sense of what was happening at that time. And I think that it's so important, more than ever now, that we recognize the victories that we've had and the people who have led us there. Every advance that we have had for LGBT rights, inclusion, have happened because of people like Edie, because of people like us, Queer News Tonight, that put issues out into the public and kind of demonstrate the unfairness. And that's what happened when it was Windsor versus the United States, and the Supreme Court heard the arguments. And when you hear the arguments and you meet the people and their families and their people who love each other, it's really hard to argue that there's no reason that they should get the same benefits as everybody else. And, because of Edie Windsor and her partner at the time, who had subsequently passed away, and now, of course, Edie has also passed away, putting themselves out there, on the line, saying, this is not right. This is not right. And the court agreed. And, hopefully that will be respected with the current Supreme Court.
Yeah, no, I think it's wonderful. If you haven't been to the Stonewall Museum, it's a treasure trove. I love it. And they're always up, changing up what they're having on their exhibits. I remember back going to the marches on Washington in 87 and 93, marches in New Jersey on the State House for marriage equality. I remember in a former life, before my current husband of 14 years, going and considering domestic partnership, and how much of it was sort of a bittersweet victory to have that option, because it was sort of like, well, we'll sort of give you this. We'll give you you're sort of equal. And it wasn't the full thing. Right. So, when I finally got married, on Labor Day weekend on August 31st in 2014, that was major for me. I had most of my family and some close friends there, and I finally made it. But to think that people have been, fighting for this right, and it should be a right. Love is love.
Exactly.
And I think it's amazing. But, get out to the Stonewall Museum, support them. They're a nonprofit, so it's important that we all support them in any way that we can. They've done some wonderful things. They had not too long ago, a reenactment of Stonewall Uprising.
I was there.
I was there too. Yeah.
Throwing my
styrofoam brick.
Well, it wasn't styrofoam. It was kind of spongy.
Spongy.
But I have it at my desk at work. I have my Stonewall
Your
brick.
stunt brick.
Yeah, and it's important to have museums and archives that collect our stories and save it for future generations.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our history is not taught in school.
No, it's not.
And given our current situation, it probably won't be for a very, very long time. And so it is upon us to make sure that we keep our history and we archive the things that need to be archived so that 100 years from now, folks can see what we were doing now. Mm-hmm. And, nobody ever gave the LGBT community anything just because.
No, you're absolutely
Everything
right.
that we've gotten, we've had to fight for, we've had to sue for, and as hard as they're going to try and take it away, and they may be successful in taking some of the things away, but they can never take away the fact that we fought for it once and we'll fight for it again.
That's
it
right.
might be different faces, but it will be the same community and the same heart because we're humans. And thank you to Edie and everyone else who has taken a stand to put themselves out there so that we are all in a better position.
Well, Queer News Tonight looks forward to seeing you all at